And what I want to do is just take a minute and imagine it's Monday morning, right? So you've had all this stuff, you understand you're not supposed to prejudge. And so here you are Monday morning, or whatever the break is that you have Monday. And you go, that's when I planned, I was going to call 2 people today. I got my list here. This guy is a jerk. There's no way he's going to want to do this business. He's going to tell me that it's a network marketing thing, and he does. I don't want to call this guy. I wonder what's on TV right now. But I said I was going to call 2 people and set up an appointment. I call this lady first. Oh no, she's always complaining. She's going to complain to me. Every time I talk to her, she's going to complain that it's not working and I'm going to be responsible for this. Oh, but wait a minute. I have a why. I have a why on my wall. And I want to put my kids through college. I want to pay cash for our Christmas presents this year. I want to pay off my mortgage. I want to buy a new car. I want to be able to make it so that my wife doesn't have to have a job. Or I want to make it so that I can spend more time with my family. And I'm looking at this thing and letting all the excuses build up in my head, and I want to achieve these things. That's not getting me any closer. I'm doing it. Jim, what's up, buddy? Yeah, I know. No, I know. I'm still in it. Yeah. No, I just did a weekend with those people. Yeah. The CEO's much shorter than he looks like on TV. Yeah. But anyway, here's the reason that I called, and I'm sorry, I'm a little nervous because, look, we're friends, right? Look, I want to talk to you something. It's kind of business related, kind of business and health related. Can you just give me a minute for that? Okay, look, I want to set up a time. I've been doing this Beachbody thing. Yeah, I know you've done these kind of things before, but just hear me out. We've been friends, right, for a long time. You've been talking about getting healthier. I know, right. And you were impressed with my results, right? Would you give me 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes? I'm going to show you a little video. I understand, frankly, we're not doing it as friends. We're doing this as business, but you have to make me a deal. Make a promise to me. Just give me these 15 minutes, and if it makes you uncomfortable, if it has anything that the discomfort would affect our friendship, it's done. We stop, we don't talk about it again. Are we good enough friends that we can have that agreement? All right. So when can we do it? Halftime at the game? I think it's going to be a little crazy, and you're usually drunk. All right. We'll do it Friday night. All right, great. Thanks, buddy. I really appreciate it. I'll see you Friday. Okay, bye. You got to go for it. And the why is so important to that, because your fear of failure, confrontation, what's he going to say, what are they going to say, you're going to get criticized. You have to find a way to reconnect to why you're doing this, because most of the people in this room are not independent business owners by habit. You're new to this, and it is hard, that moment of pushing that, and you're like, oh, I hope it's voicemail, I hope it's voicemail, I hope it's voicemail. And frankly, Alethea let you text. I wouldn't do this on the text, because I think it's too light. I think you got to go in, you got to be real honest with people and be unapologetic, that you want to help them get healthy and fit, or that you know that they want to put their kid through college, and you got to believe in this opportunity, and you have to believe that this can help you achieve your why. That's why I always say on the phone calls on Monday, I say, write it down, put it on by your bed, right where you stare at yourself as you brush your teeth. You want to be reading, why am I doing this thing? That's why I always say, just don't quit on yourself. You want to achieve that, you don't want to quit on putting your kids through college. You don't want to quit on being able to have financial freedom. That's how you get geared up before you pick up the phone, and that's how you push through. I can remember when I first got into sales, when I was right out of college, and I was telling some people, it was when I lived in Colorado Springs, and I was in the TV syndication business. I was selling the College National Finals Rodeo TV show, and I was lucky enough to get the northeastern states. New England is known for their love of rodeo. So I had to call program directors at TV stations and try to sell them a 1-hour show to put on the Saturday, Sunday sports block, a special with College National Finals Rodeo. And I would get on the phone, and we were in a sort of a pool, there was a bunch of salesmen in the room, and And you know, be on the phone, you're talking to them, describing how great it's going to be, and there's big names in rodeo. You've heard about them, right, Boston? And these guys would do everything. No, we're running infomercials in that time. No, we're running off. We got to run off a bunch of Friends episodes that we bought. Blah blah blah. And I would just keep them on the phone, and I would keep talking, and I would talk about how great it was, because I believed it was a really fun broadcast. And you just go with it, and you pick up the phone and you try. And the guys around me in that room would, like, I remember this one time the guy's like, I can't believe how long you had that guy on the phone. And I'm like, what are you talking about? We just kept talking, and I kept talking about everything that he brought up, about his kids, about whatever. It always came back to college national finals rodeo. And he's like, I would have been off the phone after 2 minutes. And I just said, well, I want to move into a better house. So I'm not getting off the phone, and I just went after it. I'm not trying to hurt anybody by selling college national finals rodeo. You're not trying to hurt anybody by representing this business to them. You just have to make the calls, you have to believe, and you have to want it bad enough. There's a video, if you go to my YouTube channel, about this. I put it in my favorites, okay? There's in the bottom right, there's a favorites thing. It's got a sort of a green background. It shows this athlete. There's a great story about how this guy, he says he wanted to achieve something, and his mentor said, all right, meet me down to the beach. And they went out, and they walked out in the water, and the guy said, okay, now go under the water. And the guy went under the water, and the guy held him under there. And the guy's thrashing, trying to get back up, and he's holding him, and he let him up out of the water. And he's like, why'd you do that, man? He's like, I wanted to find out how bad you wanted to breathe. He's like, well, hello, I wanted to breathe really bad. Well, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, you will be unstoppable. And the exercise that you just went through is the same thing. When you are willing to get on that phone and make those appointments as bad as you want to breathe, you will be successful in this business. And I'm telling you, there's a headwind, there's resistance, and it will require that kind of fortitude, that kind of persistence, if we're going to overcome a trend of obesity where people love their burgers, they love their McDonald's. They don't dislike it. That's why the business is so big. They don't dislike spending their extra time watching TV and playing video games. That's why those businesses are so big. We have to show them another way. You got to want it as bad as you want to breathe. That's what I wanted to say.